Hello everyone. Friends, we are continuing our series, our SQL 15. So in that series, our next question is action seeds. So this question is labeled as medium, Leetcode medium, and this is in this question we provided with a single table, and the table name is seat, and the table having two columns, ID and student, and the type of the ID column is integer, and the student column is varchar. So let's start with the problem statement. The the problem statement state write a solution to id swap the seat id of every two consecutive students. Okay, if the number of students is odd, the id of the students is not swapped. Okay, return the result in any order return the result table order by id in ascending order. The result format is not followed by example. Okay, following by the example. Okay, so let's go with on a board. So this is a table. I will show you again what is it. So let me back it up. Okay, this is the input table they are given to us. This is the input table. Let me go here, and here we do. This is the input table. So they want us to swap the IDs of the uh, students. So here we by swapping the id app id. So they, okay, let's think for the moment. Let here we thinking swapping the students. Okay, Doris here at id 1. Okay, we swap the IDs, like, so here the ID for Doris is 2, but here we swap to 1. Okay, as you can see on screen, we are swapped with 1. Okay, let me zoom it a bit more so you get the idea of it. For the Abbott, we change the for the ID of the Abbott is 2 1 in the previous table, and now we change to let me do one thing, copy it. It will be visible. So, and now ID of the Abbott is 2 in the new table. Okay, referring to this. And same for the immersion. In old table, the ID of immersion is 3, but in new table the ID of immersion will be 4. Okay, and as you can see here, will be 4 immersion, referring to id new table id of id 4 referring to a student immersion. In old table, id of student green refers to 4 id, student id 4. Now the green in new table id of green refers to id 3, and id 3 in new table refers to green. And id 5 in old table id 5 refers to James, or James, student James refer to id number 5, but in new table, yeah, there is no James for the James. It is referring to id 5 in old table and also in a new table in the same way. So what we can do in this case, we need to change the consecutive IDs of the students. Okay, so so here in case of these two, 1 and 2, here we can change. We change here this two. We change the IDs of this. We swap the IDs. Same for the this one. Same for immersion. Okay. Same for the immersion and green. Okay. And here we same for the, here we swap the IDs. Okay. Here we swap the IDs. So, but we can't swap the odd ID at the last. We Which is given in the question, in the problem set. We should not swap the that ID. So James is not changed because they are saying if the number of IDs in the columns are odd, the last student ID should not be swapped with anyone. So the old column contains student ID 5 referring to James is same in the new table. So we will change only consecutive things, as you can see in the table. So now let's see how we swap. Now we understood the question. Now we need to how to write the query up for this for the problem. So what I can see here, so let's go copy, let's go here. Wait, I will be take a screenshot of this, so it would be helpful. So we will go here, here. Okay, Okay, that's not possible maybe. Okay, this is not possible. That's fine. That's fine. That's not worry. So let's see how we can solve now. This is the input table. This is the input table given to us. So now we understood the assignment. Now we need to write the query to solve this problem, or to write the query to find the solution for this problem using the SQL. So what they want, so new structure, new column, new table column, new table column. So what is it? So Doris will be here, Abbott will be consecutive. Remember, consecutive. Abbott will be here. So we are swap the names or IDs. Okay, I will prefer the swapping the names. Okay, it will bring the same result. So we swap to consecutive names. Now we swapping 3 and 4 together. So here will be green, here green, and here Emerson, and here James. Because if the numbers of the students in the given table is odd, last name should not be touched or swapped. It will be remain as it is, James. Okay, this is the output we want. Okay, so now what we can do with it. So we do one thing. What if we use lead student one here over over the order by ID ascending order. Okay, what if we do this here, and what we will after if we execute this query, what we will get? We'll get Doris, because Doris is next. Doris we get here. What we get here? So we get we about Doris. Yeah, in row number 2 we get Emerson here. So I will be copying it here from here, be pasting it here. Emerson is there. So now what we will get here? Okay, what we get? We get green here. What we get? James. We get James here. Yeah, it is I know it is slow, but I will prefer taking things slow, because understanding is understanding is important than writing query or code. So it will be resulting. So this is it. So now what if yeah, it will be solving for the Doris, right? If we want to swap Abbott with the Doris, so Doris will be, we can do this Doris, but there is no change, right? There is no exchange for the Doris ID number 2. It will be Emerson. We don't want that. Okay, but for the Emerson it will be changed to green. Yeah, it is successfully changed to green. So Doris will be matching. It is our output. This output will be matching for the in ID 1. This output we want Abbott, but we get Emerson. With Emerson does not match with the Abbott, so it will be not. But it ID number 3 Emerson want at ID number 3 we expect in the output green, but yeah, we definitely get green. So in the output 4, in the student ID 4, we expect. So let me do one thing. We expect what we expect. We expect Emerson at ID number 4. So we get James. So as I can think from here, we successfully get what the result at odd IDs, I can see. Okay, so let me do one thing. At odd IDs, at odd ID numbers, we are getting required results or names. So how about now? We are writing a column for the, so Doris ID for ID number 2 Abbott will be expected, but we are getting Emerson. So how we can get Abbott here? So there is a function called lag. So we use lag for that. Lag function. We use student comma 1 over order by ID ascending order. So we use go here. So it is null. It will start with null, and next it will be Abbott here. Abbott which we are expected. It's matching with the expected Abbott here. Abbott. Now green will be Doris. Emerson here will be Doris. Here is Emerson. Here is Emerson. Here is green. Here is green. Okay, let's go. So at ID number 1 we expect Doris, and we get Doris. from this column. Okay, at id number at id number 2, okay, we expect Abbott, but we get in this column we get Emerson, but we require Abbott, but we get we have Abbott in the lag column. In the For the id number 3 we expect in green, and we get green from the lead column. Here we at id number 4 we expect Emerson, we get James in the lead, but we get Emerson in the lag. From id number 5 we don't expect anything, we expect only James as it is. So let's start. As you can observations, I write here observations here, observations. So we are at the odd id numbers we are getting the required result or names. Okay, and here at even id numbers we are getting required results or names. Okay, from 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 lead column, from lag column. Okay, so now we will be writing the queries. So select we use id here, we use lead here, or use star. It's very easy, use star here. So I will use star, and so lead, I will be using same functions, this same function, so I will be copying it from here and I will be putting it here. Okay, and same for the lag, I will be copying it from here and putting it here. Okay, so I will call it as forward and as backward. So from what is to seat, column is seat. Let's see the result, and we get the result like this. Here this result we get from the output. Let's see what we can get. I will copy it here, I will go here and I will paste it under this one. So yes, we get same result as we expected. Okay, so now what we can do, we convert this table as a CT common table expression, so we can use this table in the further operations. So I will name it process adds. Okay, so now here we go. So what are our observations? Our observations are, when id number is odd, we are getting required results from lead column. Okay, when the id is even number, we are getting the results from lag column. That means in this case forward or backward column. Okay, so let's go here and write the query for this. Okay, select I want id, then I will use case statement here. I will use case, simple. So go here, I will use case when my id is even, then id is even, or id is, okay, let me do one thing. Id is even, that means 0. Let id start from odd, so I will use odd. When the id is odd, then what we required, id is odd, we required Doris, we require forward, we require lead, forward, else we require backward column name, and I end it here. Okay, I will use name as student from process. That's it. Let's try it. So we get this output here from this, but let's see what we get. We get at the null at the end. Why we get null? Because when the query reach to this id, phi is odd, so phi is odd, then forward contains null, so null will be printed here. But we don't want null, we want James. So I will make slight changes here. If null, so forward if null, then I want student, then take the value from student column. Okay, so whatever the value is present here, if the id is, if the id, when the id is null, when the id is odd, we are taking values from forward column, and if the value is, if the id is null and the from the forward column, then we are looking for the value in the student column for that particular row. Okay, then we choose student. Then if I'm saying here, if the value in the forward, if the value of that row for the forward column is null, then choose the value for that row, for that same row from the student column. That's it. So what query will do, if he goes here, he said, okay, id is odd, so satisfied, so this satisfied this condition, then it will be going inside the then it will be choosing value from the forward for this row, and he's now he knows, okay, value is forward, value is null for this row, then I will be looking for the in the student column for this row, so it will be going to student column, and what will he get? He get James. Okay, let's try to execute it. Let's try to execute it. Let's see. So see, yeah, this is the output. I'm pasting it here, pasting it here. This is the output we want. Okay, so let's see, let's try for the multiple test cases, and this is the final solution, I think so. So this will work. Yeah, our query get accepted. We are passing 40 out of 14 test cases. So this is my friend over SQL 15, and this is the code. And if you have any doubt for this problem, so let me know in comment. I will be more than happy to help you. And if you like the solution, if you get some value from this video, please subscribe, please hit the like button, and keep coding. Thanks for watching.